So at the same time, I'm recording to make a kind of a video review on these knives that I picked up. So I've never tried anything that's knife related from Quince, only their clothes. And no, I'm not sponsored by them. But I've had a bunch of knives for, most of them have been with me at least 10 years, if not more. I've had some that are 20. And, when you're in the kitchen, you definitely want to spend money on your knives, especially the higher end kitchens. They won't let you in if you don't have sharp knives and let that. All right, so the first one I wanted to test out was this utility knife. It's serrated, and I'm not sure why they have a serrated knife as a utility knife. So first impressions is with even that, I even have the paring knife. So this is my Masamoto slicer. This is a 20-incher. But what I like about all my knives is that they're all the center of gravity, the weight is in the handle. I feel like that gives you more control over the blade. These, however, the weight is on the actual blade. So I'm trying to balance them. All the weight is distributed into the actual blade itself. So the handles themselves are really light. And I have this has been my go-to end-all shun. It's a 7-incher. You can tell that it's been brutally abused and it's held up. And so this, what I say, is like what they're trying to benchmark themselves against. This is at least 12 years old. And when I've used this, so most people get a 8-inch chef knife. The problem with those that are really long is when you work on the line as a cook, your cutting boards are not that big. And this one actually at an angle when you cut, this fit perfectly on the little cutting boards that are like half the thickness of this board right here. So if you needed to cut things on the fly, that was perfect. So that became, in essence, my utility knife, kind of go-to for everything. This one is a 6-incher, so you can see the difference, I think. Hopefully you can see it. Camera works. So yeah, first impressions, I think the handles are a bit cheaper. These are have more weight, and the weight is centered on the handle. This one, I think the blade is too heavy. Like if I fling it, I feel like it's going to come out of my hand. So that wouldn't necessarily be the best one. This one, it's to move up the center of gravity. Same with these. If you're used to German knives, I think it has more of a German weight distribution. For the paring knife, it's a paring knife. So this guy has been with me for 20 years. So Misono, it's a Western style Japanese knife. And yeah, of course, I lent it out once and some intelligent individual broke the tip. But yeah, all the weight on this one also is in the back. It's in the handle. If you're using paring knife, you want something light. Scale. I guess we can weigh it. All right, so my paring knife weighs 56 grams. The Quince one, oddly enough, weighs more, 62, 57. All right, so this utility knife now then 77 grams. So this one we said was 62, so about 15 grams more. And then, this shun over here is 145. So this is the 8-incher. To me, it's top heavy. It's got a lot of weight on the front. Okay, so it's 206 grams. So it's definitely heavier. And again, the handle to me is too light. So all your weight is in the blade. I think if you're used to German knives, this has more of a German feel. This one, like I said, all the weight's on the back. And it's 144 grams. So this is about 60 grams more. I guess for laughs and giggles. This one is 186. So I guess, if I feel the metal feels pretty similar. So it is layered. I think it's 10 layer. So don't quote me on that one. I'll have to look. Has anyone ever bought a utility knife that's serrated by any chance? It's light. I just don't like the fact that you have to slice. It feels like a bread knife. In a way, it's like a fancy steak knife. I feel like I have to put more weight or more pressure into the knife because the blade is top heavy. So some may wonder why I'm using such a small or such a soft thing, and it's for this reason. So I'm having to add more force into this one. So I can see this knife getting tired really fast. All right, let's check out the little guy. So again, paring knife, it's about what, 3-incher, I think. Yeah, I feel like I don't have as much control over it. Like, I don't know, maybe it's a personal preference, but I do feel like you have to add more pressure, and that concerns me because if your knife is not sharp and you catch your fingers, that's how you get a disgusting cut. Yeah, I'm not sure on this one. Like, I definitely have to add more force to slice through things. So I'm testing it as from a professional setting too. So if you're more not looking for a professional knife, this might be a good option. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's too heavy on the blade. I guess for the price, it's not bad for a home knife. Yeah, I think for a home knife, I mean, paring knife I think is okay. The utility knife, I can't really understand why you would want it, sir. I don't see where I would use it. I just can use it to cut bread, but then what's the point of a bread knife? I could buy a bread knife. That's some long. All right, so I guess it would work, but it's at the same time it's really short, so you have to press on it. Like, I really hate holding a knife and touching the blade. For safety purposes, I always like having my hand behind the blade. Yeah, this one's a waste. It's a nice looking steak knife. Paring knife, usable. I think that's fine. To me, like I said, it's a little top heavy, but I do feel like the blade went away really fast though, meaning you're gonna have to keep steeling it. That's if you're in a professional kitchen, that's time. So I guess it's personal preference, but I wouldn't recommend this for somebody working in this professional. But just by cutting melon, we lost the fine tuning of the blade. You have to keep steeling it, and you don't know what you do when you steel a knife. You think of your car when it gets misaligned. It works, but it doesn't drive straight or in a perfect line. So you steel it, same thing with the knife. At the microscopic level, you realign it so you can slice better, cut better with it. And when you need to sharpen it, as if you have bald tires. Paring knife I would buy for home use. Professional kitchen, I don't think so. I think the blade dies out too fast. This one, it's a waste. Maybe if they didn't make it serrated, I think you could use it, as a slicer, and this is a 6-inch, this is a 7-inch, and I use this for a lot of things. So this becomes, to me, a utility knife. This one, you can't really, carve or peel. It's not worth purchasing. Fancy steak knife, that's probably what I'll use it for, or just to slice food on my plate. But here's the bread knife. This one slices cleanly, so bread knife is good. And my bread isn't very soft, by the way, so gives it a good test. Good weight, feels sturdy. I forget how much this was. I think it was like $50. Willing to pay $50 or something, whatever it was for a bread knife. The handle feels a lot better too. So yeah, I think this one has a much better feel. And even the metal looks very similar, actually. So yeah, if you're willing to pay the money for it, I think this one, I'm happy with it. Bread knife, I would recommend, as long as you want to spend the money on it. This is pointless. If you ever hear this, I would just take off the serrated and make it a regular knife. Then I think it has more purpose. You can probably slice some nice sashimi with this. So bread knife, yes. Yes for home use. Definitely a no. If anybody has any bright ideas on what you can use this for, Oh, look at that. It's already bent. I don't know if you can see it, but it's already bent. How about that? Yeah, so pointless. No to the utility knife. Yeah, so thank you for joining. I'm going to clean this up and then probably start getting my prep done for dinner.